Today on Uncommonly Good MTG, we're playing Boros 77. Why is it Boros 77? Well, Boros means we're playing with red and white cards. As you can see, that is the case. Why 77? Because the Aether Hub says it has a 77% win rate. Oh, baby, that is some big numbers there. If that sounds interesting to you, then stay tuned to find out more. Hello and welcome to Uncommonly Good MTG. I'm your host, a person whose life story was the inspiration behind the John Wick Chronicles, Dr. Yukon Socket. Yes, thank you. Film before a live studio audience. Thank you so much, Yukon Socket. Word to your mama. So I'm broadcasting to you today from my secret underground headquarters, and I'm bringing to you a deck I found over on the Aether Hub. I decided to go take a look to see what I can find being put out by the MTGA-Meta Assistant, and I ran across this deck, which was a Boros deck with a 77% win rate. It had Urabrask's Forge in it, so I'm just like, all right, what else has it got going on? Overlord of the Mistmoors. Yep, that sounds good. So I said, let's just play. Let's just see what's going on with it. Everything else looks good. So here we are. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to take a look at the cards that are in this deck. We're going to talk a little bit about how the deck should work. And then we're going to go out and we're going to crush some hopes and dreams. All right, what do we got? We got like Creature Kill. We got puts out two little bunny rabbits and allows you to scry a little bit and gain some life. Creature Enchantment and Planeswalker Kill. This is Creature Kill or Artifact Kill. So we got a lot of utility in removal right there. Let's see, Caretaker's Talent. Whenever a token enters, you could draw a card, but only once per turn. Then you can create a copy of a token. And lastly, your creature tokens get +2/+2. So this guy is fantastic when it comes to tokens. As you can see, we're already generating up to 2 off of this guy. This guy puts out a token every turn, which will draw you a card and potentially be +2/+2 stronger. We could also make a copy of it that doesn't get destroyed at the end of the turn. That works out well as well. Beza can do a lot of things potentially depending upon the board situation. You gain 4 life, you can get 2 fish, you could draw a card, or maybe none of the above. But anyways, Beza is a 4/5 for 4, which is pretty decent. Sunfall wipes the board, and since you make tokens all the time, wiping a board is a good thing to do. And then you pop this thing open. Potentially, you can make a copy of it. But I believe if you make a copy of one of these with tokens on it, you get a copy of it with 0 on it, in which case it just dies. So if you really need a card draw, you can do it. But otherwise, I would recommend you stick away from making pod bebe copies. Virtue of Loyalty puts out a 2/2 Knigget. And then you can put this out for 5, which is relatively cheap for a Virtue. And at the beginning of your end step, you put a Popo counter on each creature you control and untap them. So it's just a cool way to go, but it works well with the token creature thing. And lastly, we got the Overlord. When it comes into play, you put out 2 moth token creatures. And then every time this thing attacks, you put out 2 more moth token creatures. So those guys could easily be 4 3s or something like that if you had this thing turned up. If you got multiple of them out, you're drawing multiple cards per turn. And they could be +4/+4 for every turn. Yeah, it could be a ton if you can get a bunch of Caretaker's Talents out. Having all 4 rocking at one time is fantastic. All right, let's take a look at lands. We got a lot of lands. We got Demolition Fields for destroying weird things. Fountainport for putting out fish tokens potentially. And Sunken Citadel. I don't know why this is in here, but some people like it. Anyways, there we go. And we got a bunch of relatively slow lands that'll help you out with various things. All right. All right, so what are we going to do? We're going to control the little board. We're going to try to work our way up, get Caretaker's Talent out, token, and just kill them with a monumental onslaught of super powerful token guys. Things started getting too hairy. We got Sunfall to save the day, and that's pretty much it. All right, so before we go out and do our damage, let's do as we do every night. Let's say our prayers and talk about what is best in life. Hands together. Dear Black Queen Sholdred, who dwells within the dark chambers of my heart, Please hear my prayers and grant your blessings as we attempt to crush our enemies, see them driven before us, and to hear the lamentations of the women. All right, playing against rhyot. No, this is the same ridiculous crap I just ran across. Oh, this is just horrible. Yeah, let's get rid of Sunfall. This will have to be red. Teach that guy what's what. All right, Urabrask Forge, come on, keep it alive. He doesn't like it. I mean, that's it for us. Is that the end of it? I'm disappointed. This deck is supposed to be pretty hot, yet we are not getting anywhere. We need to get a creature out. We're not seeing anything. Let's draw some cards. Lame. Let's make another fish. And another fish. I got 3 fish, everybody. Bargain at sacrifice an artifact, enchantment, or token. I could do that. So we can get away with a lot more by just doing this. Fine. I think I'm done with that. That's fine. Pop. Not enough mana. We had to waste it like a sucker. Let's get this out there where we can. Nope. All right, number 1, let's pop this up. Number 2. Make another fish. Grab a bunch of stuff. I want to know what love is. There we go. All right, we get these guys super pumped by the next turn. Nope, not anymore. They're not going to live. And we win! Suck it, Suckerfish! This deck provides victory! Alright, we're playing against Ryjano. Keep 4 mana. Alright, I'm alright with that. Throw this to the side. Tell you what, there's nothing we could do straight up, so let's just put this out for white. So we need 2 whites to be able to do this, and it's right. Because I kind of needed the additional red. I mean, I got a lot of whites, don't we? I will just leave the greedy freebooter alone if we can help it. Alright, we're looking at the future. We got a Cabbage Patch creature here. Look, he's holding hands with that bat. She is. I don't know. Hard to tell genders on those fluffy rabbits. Alright, can I keep those two guys alive? That is the question. Alright, so I think I could turn everything up to 11 on my next turn. I'll have 5 mana, which means I can get the Caretaker's talent tuned up to level 3. Let's turn off the TVs. Those things are bothering me. With all that static on there, it makes me think I'm watching Gilligan's Island or something. Need to tune those rabbit ears. Come on, eyeball plants. So I'm a big fan of this guy. Let's just take it a little slower then. Let's rot this guy's brains. Let's make a copy. Dr. Suckit, making copies. Let's put out some bebes. And I'm all right. Let's see, what do I need? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, 7. I'll keep it. I got a lot of good control. It just takes some time is the problem. Like, I don't want him to wipe the board. That would be the worst at this moment. Boy, we could turn this up to +2/+2 and get lost. Our pal Lord Skitter there. We could just Abrade him. I don't think he's going to have any artifacts. Get lost has probably got a wider range. What are you going to strip from me here? Just to torch the tower? Good job. You seem out of place, like without shadows. All right. Pass the rock, yo. What are you going to do? You're going to slaughter a rabbit? They're all less than 2. That was a good choice. All right, so I'm not going to have the mana do everything I want. I have slow mana. I don't think I care. Maybe. All right, I'll keep it. I'll keep it just in case. Let's just rank this thing up. There you go. You're ready to block it off. That rat for a rabbit. All right, we're lethal right now. I think you'll be able to take out one of the moth babies. Things we're going to be picking up this Overlord on the next turn. What do We got 6. This will come out slow as 7, so we can't play the Overlord straight up. You're still dead, man. That's not going to save you. What are these things? These are just nothing. They're not going to do any good. Still not going to save you. Nothing to steal from me. All right, let's take it in. Pushing the button. I'm pushing it 100 times. There we go. There we go. Come on. Boom, boom. Boom, boom goes the room. Victory! Hey there, Cubert. Victory. All right, we're playing against DeepGreenOtter. DeepGreenOtter. Keep. Yeah, what a weird set of cards these things are. I'm going to put this out. I don't think I have to kill anything straight off the bat. If he's playing mono red, maybe that was a mistake. All right, let's play it like an instant. The problem is that he was all tapped out there for a second. He didn't know what he was going to play. Now he's just not going to play anything. He gets 2 cards out of the deal. Not bad. Not bad. All right, I got that out. So at least we'll get some card draw. What we're going to get the card draw off of will depend. Okay, apparently it's Carrot Cake. He's got an instant in his hand. Sure, let's grow. All right, so technically next turn I can pump all the way up to 3 if I want to. Trying to slip that out on me. Jeez, people. Look out, it's a scorpion. It's coming right at you. Yeah, don't care. You get a pump? You get some prowess on there? Boy, prowess is really taken off. All right, there's 2. There's our card draw. Thank God. Urabrask Forge is going to be lovely. Things we got to turn things up. We got to turn up the power. We got to get Caretaker's Tavern up to full meal deal. And we haven't done level 2 yet even. Got a lot of options there to pump. We're just going to have to suck it is the problem. We could use Torch the Tower. Kill off his little dude. That thing's got prowess. Second pump. He doesn't have flash or anything. That does. That's a lot of damage. All right, let's go rot that thing's brains. Let's turn this up. And let's pop it. All right, raging in. Couple Maws and a little Forgeling. Next turn, we can turn it up. I swear, I've been talking hardcore about turning up to level 3. Just we've been getting so many other good things, and we need to, like, you know, keep our fingers on their board. Make sure they can't... Watch out! Stumbleweed! Make sure they can't build up a decent board state. What does this guy do? Draw a card, copy an instant. Got a lot of mana, but he's got very few choices. Looks like I'm going to fry a guy again. That's 7 right there. Looks like I'll be blocking the 3. It was unblockable, huh? No, there's no choice. Trample doesn't help out too much. I should get a card draw out of this deal. Let's see what I get. Lame. Wait, I'm going to turn it up. That's all there is to it. It's time to turn up the noise. We're so low. Let's just go in with what we got here. Too bad this guy didn't have haste. It's down to 4. We got a couple good blockers. That Overlord there is just champing at the bit to get out. All right, so I can suck up 6 damage off a trample. Let's put it that way. As long as I keep him from doing like 11 points of damage. Or I could just chump some guys. Yeah, draw some more cards. You're down to 2 mana, man. Of course, we want cheap stuff. I already think I'm at the point where I can't win. Yeah, because even then you can always get through with more guys than I can. Close. Not victory. I'm playing against Ryguy. 2385. Everybody I'm playing against starts with R-Y or R-H. Alright, fine. The lack of colored mana in this deck is very disturbing. I'm going to say that if I ever play this deck again, I'm going to straighten the lands out. It's way... Like, they're trying to be way too fancy. I don't know what their freaking deal is there. Sunfall, it's going to take us a long time to get there. We have to play against this stuff again? This is just ridiculous. So the question is, you get lost will take care of enchantments. This will take care of artifacts. What is he going to play here? He'll be playing enchantments, probably. No matter what, we can fry that guy. Let's just do it. Then we don't have to worry about him holding on to something for me. You can see what I have, though. So my goal is to... And I'm going to have 2 of them. And we got to get a 4th mana so we can throw out the Overlord. We need to get to that. Then we get some card draw going from having tokens come out. Oh, let's pick that. We got 2 of them. All right, there we go. And I don't have enough white. Can't do that. That doesn't work out. And we're done. No white mana. That's what I'm talking about. It's the non-colored lands are very disturbing here. I got a second one up. Problem is, without that extra white mana, we can't do anything. And more non-colored land. How fantastic. But we won anyway, so good for us. Suck it, Black. Victory! Alright, we're playing against DGON. All caps. This guy's got money, yo. Alright, keep. Where's our future going here? 2, which makes us carrot cake. Alright, I'm good with man at the moment. Get rid of my lands. I got to discard a card. I'm going to go for a little aggro action here. All right, I really... Oh. Man, the fact that they're making me stay behind and not put out the Overlord, and I have to make a decision. It's Sophie's choice between these two. Caretaker's Talent's really the way to go. All right, Braid, you're gone. You're coming out tapped. That's a problem. So definitely it is our pal, the Caretaker. All right, torch the tower. Let's go ahead and choke you back. If we have to, if this guy forces us to discard again. I put that for 5 so we can Sunfall if we have to. Let's just see what we can draw. Is he going to go for a counter spell of some sort? Nope. Didn't seem like he had that going on. Here comes the kill. He's going to go after our poor Forgeling. All right, we got to get the Caretaker's Talent dialed up. Dun, 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 dun. Here we go. Let's make a copy. I still got one left, and pump! Look at the size of that Forgeling. Yeah, he doesn't like them. Oh, they're just going to keep coming, man. Let's go. Still down to 7. You are at lethal levels right now, my friend. And that avatar is got his eyes on you. I don't know. You got that. That's not great. Want to wipe them? Is that what we want to do? Because life gain of 9 is not great for us. Let's just let it go. No haste there. Doesn't matter. Let's just do this. And we win! Oh, I didn't realize we're right at that level. Victory! Oh, that was glorious. Victory! All right, so we are with Boros 77, which I think is best called Boros Tokens. We played Boros Tokens pretty much a lot like this, but a couple months ago. This one's got Duskmourn in it, and I think that it does offer a lot. What is Duskmourn actually even doing for this thing? Let me just take a look real quick. And it's just the Overlord, really. Still, it feels different, and the Overlord is fantastic with this deck. So I think it's a worthy upgrade to the Boros Tokens deck. Really, really good. The thing about this deck is it had great card draw. The Caretaker's talent just did so well at making this deck really just tick along. Tick, tick, tick. All right, so let's get down to it. Who was the MVP? The most valuable player. It was Caretaker's talent. That was really the deck that did everything for this deck. Let's take a look at it here. The reason why is because whenever one or more tokens enters the battlefield, you draw a card. You're going to do it once per turn. And then from there, he makes copies of stuff and then gives all your tokens +2/+2. This was the card that made your deck just go nuts. So having it out, having multiple copies of it out, oh, that was so incredibly good. And 5, you get out for 3 and then basically 5 mana to turn it up all the way. All your other decks are putting out tokens a bunch. Overlord of the Mistmoors was fantastic with getting out the 2 Moth tokens. Plus, if you get out for full price, you can start attacking with them. The only thing this deck seemed to lack was haste. That Glimmer Dog might be a good choice for here rather than Beza. Beza puts out, we only got 1, but Beza puts out potentially some tokens. But the Glimmer Dog is the guy that gives you a guy +2/+0 in haste, and whenever they come in fresh, and I kind of felt like we sort of needed that. So I would probably go Glimmer Dog. The other thing I really didn't like about this deck were the lands. The non-colored lands were just, there's too many of them. I know this guy puts out tokens. It was really rough, and these things were really slow. So I mean, look at how we just have minuscule amount of fast lands. I would really just make these a lot more simple because I found I had a really hard time dealing with the lands. They came out slow. Maybe I didn't get the right colors. It was very difficult. Sometimes I had like 1 white and 4 Fountainports. That was it. That was just ridiculously stupid. I mean, the shuffler was out to get me, but still, we shouldn't give it that option. All right, but anyways, the MVP was Caretaker's talent. Congratulations. You're going to Disneyland. All right, was this deck fun? Yes, absolutely. We had a lot of good stuff early on. This is more of a mid-range deck, but still the aggro was top shelf in this situation. Between 1s and then controls of 2, and then 3 were getting out Caretaker's talent. Our beginning hands were usually enough to be able to win the game. Everything beyond over here was just the, what is it called? The frosting on top of the cake, right? And like I said, I could even get rid of some of these cards, specifically Beza. Even though there's just 1 of it in here, I would probably do something different. It was nice having Abrade and Get Lost. It did a lot of different coverage there. And even though we had a lot of cards put into control, it was worth it. It was well worth it. All right, so yeah, this was a fun deck to play. It was a regenerative deck because of the card draw with Caretaker's talent, able to kind of keep things going. Even when you're being taken down by discard black, I found I had no problem with those guys. You just had to be protective. You had to keep the cards you needed, which was Caretaker's talent and some sort of token generator. And as long as you can get to those quickly enough and they're cheap, then you just throw away everything else and get those guys out, in which case that you can regenerate the rest of your deck from there. All right, was this deck interesting? I mean, it was Boros tokens. We had Overlord of the Mistmoors in it, made it better. So, and I think that the mixture of the cards in here did make it into an interesting deck. I enjoyed the synergy between the cards because we're playing tokens, but drawing stuff by it and also making those tokens really big. It was great across the board. I really enjoyed it. Plus, it had Urabrask Forge in it, all 4 of them, which was fantastic. All right, so let's see. Lastly, this thing came off promising me 77%. I ended up with a 63% win rate, 63. Now, I mean, I did just play it. I was trying to learn how to play it. So would I, maybe I'd done better if I'd been playing it longer. possibly. You know, you're trying to get your speeds right. You're trying to figure out how the best way of playing it goes. So maybe we could do better as we played longer. But yeah, playing this thing as a version to the deck, I ended up getting 63. It's well worth playing even at 63%. Like I said, the MTG, what is it? Actually, it's the Aether Hub says it should be a 77% win rate deck. All right, so there we go. Let's count this thing up. Is this deck competitive? 77 or 63%? Yes, it is a competitive deck. Was this deck fun? Absolutely, it was fun. Was it interesting? Yep, interesting enough. All right, so there you go. That makes this into an A+ deck. And as I'm required by federal law to say, this deck is so choice. I would highly recommend you pick one up, should you have the means. That's all for now. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure to like and subscribe. From all of us here in the secret underground headquarters of Uncommonly Good MTG, have a great day. In the words of my people, screw you guys, I'm going home. Bye.